It's time, Wolves, to discover what I will be reading in November, especially because I want to participate in the Believathon hosted by Gavin, so a middle grade focused readathon. But as I'm playing the Wild TBR, I don't know what I'm gonna get. So we're gonna see now. What's up? I hope you're good. So welcome in a new video, in a new edition of the Wild TBR. I don't know what was that intro. I'm so sorry, Wolves. If you're new here, hi, hello, welcome to the pack. But I created a game, so the Wild TBR, to actually help me pick a TBR every single month. I'm a mood reader, so that might not be the best, but I'm also in Libra, and sometimes it takes me 2 weeks to actually pick my next book. So that actually is kind of helping me. If you're interested in playing a game like this one, you can actually have access to all my templates, etc. The link will be down below. And I also filmed a video explaining all the rules, etc. because there are some rules like double digit, adding a throw, etc, etc. I'm not sure if I should give you more info in this or blah, blah, blah to make it more understandable, but let me know down below if you have any questions. Feel free to ask them. Feel free to watch my previous TBR or the explanation video with all the rules. But yeah, let's just jump into it and see what I will be reading in November. Finger crossed, that's not finger crossed. Finger crossed, I'm gonna pick as many middle grades as possible because Believathon. Believathon. Okay, so let's try to only roll 6 times and let's pray for the prompts to actually help me pick more middle grade books so I can participate in that Believathon. So here we are, first throw, and we have 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and we have number 1 or green, dark green. And for that we have a green cover. That's good. That's good. I already know I can pick 3 or 4 books, so that's perfect. I feel like this TBR is gonna be better than last month because last month it was like, I mean, it's still the middle of October, so I still haven't finished all the books I'm supposed to read, but I had a book over 500 pages and a 7th book, so yeah. But the first one we got is actually to pick a book with a green cover, so it can be any genre I want, any categories I want, whatever, so I'm gonna pick a middle grade. For that I picked Frostheart 2, so The Escape from Aurora by Jamie Littler. Look at that book. You cannot have greener than this one, like it's green. The first book is actually all blue, so you might have seen it everywhere, probably at one point. But basically, it is a para-fantasy, so a fantasy with a wintry setting. It has friendship, it has adventure, it has magic, it has truth, it has family. It has so many good things you want in a mid-grade. It was warm, even if winter, and cozy, and helpful, and everything you want a mid-grade to be. So I really recommend that book. So yeah. Okay, throw number 2. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have a 3 or a red-ish. First book in a series. Huh. I think that's gonna work, Wolves. Then we had a first book in a series. So throw number 2. And I was like, ooh, I have sequels to read. How? I don't know. But actually it was perfect because I have one first book in a series. Is that English? One first book in a series. I had the first book in a series, and this is The Wolf and the Water by Josie Jeffrey. This is an arc, and it says here, I don't know if you will be able to see, 1. There is a number 1, so I guess there's gonna be a number 2. I feel like it is fantasy, but a bit of mystery and a bit of adventure as well, because the main character is actually losing her dad, and her dad actually died in a weird death or whatever. It was, something was weird to it. So in the village she lives in, she believes everything that's said. She believes like the leaders and the other people you're supposed to follow and whatever. There were never doubts, let's say, but with her father's death, she started to think and see maybe weird things or whatever. And there is a rule that's super annoying, is that as her dad died, her mom has to marry immediately, and apparently her stepfather is just a monster, and she's gonna actually find something behind the walls, and she doesn't know if she has to actually say what's going on or not. Like, she faces a choice: share what she knows and jeopardize her escape, or abandon him to his fate along with the rest of the city. There is also a bit of a romance here, so I'm really intrigued. And there is a wolf on the cover, so I guess there are wolves in it. I hope so. But or maybe she is a wolf. Intriguing. But yeah, I'm all in for it. Throw number 3. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And it is a light green or a 2. Read a middle grade, if that's not perfect, wolves. Oh my gosh, this is such a relief. I got read a middle grade book. Isn't that perfect? I think so. For that, I simply picked The Haunting of Evelyn Jones by Phil Hikes because I'm really looking forward to that book. It has that spooky vibe for Halloween, for October, but let's say November is as spooky as October. And apparently she's gonna find like a book full of ghost stories in a bookstore, and apparently that book belonged to someone who died or disappeared 30 years ago. So I want to know what's going on. Like, I'm officially intrigued. Number 4, and we have 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have again 1 and dark green. And we have an adult book. So we got a middle grade book, we have an adult book. Next is gonna be a young adult book. But I think that for that one, I will pick the book that you picked actually for the Howling Pack. So that's kind of good. Throw number 4 was not as perfect as the previous one. This is read an adult book. But you know what? It's actually perfect because you actually picked an adult book for the next buddy read we're gonna have with the Howling Pack. And this is The Midnight Library. I have no idea what it is about. Like, I've read the synopsis and then totally forgot about it, but I saw so many people gushing about that book, saying that it was amazing, that it was their new favorite book of the year, etc, etc, and I keep seeing people picking that book up. So I'm really glad you actually picked it, Wolves, and I'm really intrigued and I really want to read that one. And it's an adult, so that's gonna be good for a change. Like, you know what I mean, like, you know what I mean. Okay, here we got 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have 5, so light red, orange-ish. And we have a retelling. Do I have a retelling in my middle grades? Huh, interesting. So a retelling. Through number 5, we have a retelling. I actually had to check on Goodreads and Google, whatever, because I couldn't find a retelling that was a middle grade, or even a retelling that I was, oh gosh, I know which one. Like the Luna Chronicles, I could read that one, but I found something else. So for that, I picked actually the sequel to the Zombies, and I'm gonna listen to that audiobook actually, because audiobook is also a prompt for the Believathon, but also because this is some kind of retelling, because it's actually incorporating Caribbean folklore and adding a twist to it. So I want to count it as a retelling. It's not only fairy tales, it's retelling for me. I hope I'm right. But yeah, I'm gonna read the sequel to that one as an audiobook. So I own the first one. I don't know if I'm gonna buy the second one or third one, but I'm gonna listen to them because they are actually available on Script. And let's be honest, audiobooks can be very helpful. And this should be the last one, Wolves. 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2 light green. Magical creatures. I think that this TBR for November was actually super kind to me compared to what happened last month. So thank you, Wild TBR. So I didn't get a double digit, so I didn't need to add one more throw to the game and whatever. So the last prompt is actually, I already forgot, a magical creature. Yes, a book with magical creatures, like 1, 2, 3, how many are one, but a book with magical creatures. For that I have 2 books and I don't know which one to pick because I want to read both of them. One is the second book in a series and the other one is the third book in a series. And yeah, so Gargantus or Holopox. Gargantus or Holopox. Gargantus or Holopox. I don't know, Wolves. I guess it's gonna depend on my mood or whatever. I just got that one, so it's recent, so I could go with the older ones because it has been sitting quite a while. Both have, like, this is not the edition I have of the first one and the second one, but I don't know why people, like, why they do need to do like different editions of the same book or whatever. That just, I don't understand. And this one is taller than the edition I have or whatever, but it's signed, it has spread edges, and the book is gorgeous. So I'm actually not that mad. I honestly don't know which one I'm gonna pick. We shall see, I guess, depending on my mood or whatever. Might pick both. I don't know. Which one would you pick, Wolves, if you had to pick one of these two? Like the last one in the series, I mean, I think it's the last one in the series. The second one, the first book was actually a 3 stars. Here the two first books were like 4 stars, but completely different. Super cute characters, super what the heck word inspired, like that made me think of Alice in Wonderland. Help me, maybe. Thank you. But yeah, well, we did it. I mean, I think I'm gonna survive my November TBR. I think it's actually a good TBR. I'm happy. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to participating in the Believathon, organized by, I mean, hosted by Gavin. So the links will be down below as usual. But yeah, and even for the Howling Pack, I'm super excited for the pick because last month was a bit of a meh because everything is on the Twitter and the group, Discord group, whatever. But I really hope I'm gonna have fun. Let me know down below if you are participating in the Believathon or another readathon in November I'm not aware of. But yeah, and help me pick some books. But yeah, Wolves, thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to be a part of the pack. Talk to me in the comment section as usual. And until next time, take care, Wolves. Bye.